So what did Jesus mean when he said, "Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and is easy that leads to destruction"? What did he mean by destruction? Most assume, when they read this verse, that Jesus is talking about a permanent, irreversible condition, that if you enter into destruction, it's over forever. There is no chance of repentance. It's also assumed that this destruction is talking about something that happens in the afterlife. Both of those ideas are read into the text. The text does not say that. You could easily interpret this verse to mean that follow what Jesus is saying now, or you're going to have a hard life now. There is no reference here to the afterlife. But let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that Jesus is talking about a destruction that happens in the afterlife. Let's just start from there and work from there. The issue is this. People come to the text with preconceived ideas and assumptions of what it means to be destroyed. That what destruction is about is permanent, irreversible damnation. That's a big assumption. What we need to ask is this: how does the Bible use the word destroy or destruction? Does this word necessarily mean an irreversible, permanent state of damnation from which there is no repentance? That's how it's generally understood. But that's not how the Bible uses the word destruction. Let me just give you one passage that illustrates this point beautifully. In 1 Corinthians 5, Paul is talking about a guy that is sleeping with his father's wife. Now, this can either mean his mum or his stepmother. And he says there in those opening verses that this is terrible, disgusting, and something that not even pagans do. And what does he say to do with this guy? He says that he's obviously lost. And he says this: hand this man over to Satan, to the devil. Hand him over to the devil. For what purpose? For the destruction of his flesh. Now that sounds like a permanent, irreversible state of damnation from which there is no repentance. There, the word destruction is used in the context of a lost man who's been handed over to the devil for the destruction of his flesh. Now that would sound like hellfire, that it's all over. There is no chance of repentance or turning back. The word destroyed, destruction is used there. But look at the rest of the verse. Hand this man over for the destruction of his flesh, so that his spirit will be saved on the day of the Lord, on the future day of the Lord. What will happen? His spirit will be saved. You can have the word destruction being handed over to the devil. And what's the goal? Destruction is not unto damnation. Destruction is not unto damnation. Destruction results in salvation. Hand him over to the devil for the destruction of his flesh, so that his spirit will be saved in the future day of the Lord. That's how the Bible uses the word destruction. It says that Sodom was destroyed by fire, Luke 17:26, 2 Peter 2:6, Jude 7. But yet we read that's not the end. That destruction also results in salvation, because it says in Ezekiel 16:53 and 55 that Sodom, although they were destroyed by fire, will be restored. The Wycliffe Bible says that I will convert and restore Sodom. So the word destruction does not mean what the Western Church tells us. It's not a pleasant experience, but it's about correction that results in salvation. Bless you.